welcome back to another episode number 21 of the Unattractive Attractive podcast.
We're still here?
We are still here magically.
Was that a question? We're still here?
We're still here? I actually had a message today asking me, hey, when's the next potty going to come out? And this was on my Facebook, right? And then I said, Shane's been really sick as of late. We'll get into that very soon. But I said, Shane's been really sick as of late and we haven't been able to release a potty. Mm-hmm. We're going to record today. She goes, okay, no, that's fair enough. I thought you guys got cancelled.
Yeah. It's not even like a shock. It's like, oh yeah, I thought you guys were gone.
Yeah.
Hey, one of our videos is blowing up again, huh?
Oh, yeah, both of our videos.
Oh, on TikTok, not on YouTube.
Both of our videos on TikTok, they're both blowing up. One has 350,000 views and another one has 200 and something thousand views right now.
All right, well, it's been a hot minute because I've been overseas. I went to Bali.
Good old Bali. Okay. Do we want to start it from the very start?
Of course.
Before you even left for Bali?
Go. So okay. you give your reaction on how I was acting.
Yeah. So Shane was quite fucking irate for like 2 days beforehand. He was off it. Like he was fucking just cracking it just because he had to go. Yeah. He was off it. He just said it was bullshit that he had to go all the way overseas. And mind you, it's for his brother's wedding. Okay. Yeah. So I don't think that it's bullshit. He's getting married.
Well, I don't believe him. Well, for two reasons. There's that fucking fly, man.
Bro.
Every time. Where does he hang out when we're not here?
I haven't seen this fucking fly in the past 2 weeks, man. All of a sudden he's sitting on your head.
Every fucking time. Anyway.
So
two reasons. I don't believe in marriage.
Yep.
And in Bali, you get married in Bali, it's not legitimate in Australia anyway.
Yeah. So you have to go to the...
Yeah, and obviously it disrupts my routine, which is the main thing. And I was thinking, why the fuck do I want to go disrupt my gym, my nutrition to a third world country? Somewhere, we had this discussion.
Yeah,
why do I want to do all this to go somewhere that's less than where I live now?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm all for traveling overseas and that. I have never really seen the point in going to a country that's less fortunate than what the country you're in because there's better things to do.
There's better things to do. And again, I'm all for traveling as well, but somewhere nice, go to Dubai, go to America, go to all these nice places. I just couldn't see the sense in going to Bali. I just couldn't do it. I was like, why? I'm fucking here. Everything's better here.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I went in there with a real bad attitude.
A really bad attitude. Like, I thought that Shane was going to be spending 10 years in prison in Bali because he was going to fucking stomp some cunt.
And it's because a lot of my mates have been, they said, they try to extort you and stuff. And because it's me, I was like, well, and I was already in a bad mood.
Yeah.
I was saying, if one of these little fucks tries to extort me.
We were under the impression that Shane was going to be locked up when he got off the plane. But
I went there, so I went into it with the worst attitude.
Yeah.
Got there, worst attitude. The driver was trying to talk to me. I didn't even want to talk to him. Like, I was just in fucking worst mood for the first 2 days. So I pulled up there in the afternoon, got night. Couldn't order anything. I was fucking starving.
Yeah.
I got this KFC chicken that was definitely not chicken. Like, this was fucking, this is cat. Like, I've never seen...
Yeah, well, you messaged me and you're like, hey, dude, I think I'm eating cat or dog.
Yeah, or dog. I've never seen chicken that's brown.
Yeah.
Not like, because it got cooked too much. Like, it was a different flesh.
Yeah.
So I had a few bites of that and I was like, fuck this. Like, this is fuck. Because I was even in a worse mood then. Next morning, found a gym. And the gym's actually quite nice. And there was a lot... that was the smallest one there. There was a lot of the big IFBB pros living there. I think they live in there for tax reasons.
Yeah.
And it was a really nice gym. It was fucking, better than majority of the gyms in Australia. So I was like, well, that's okay. But then I couldn't find somewhere to eat. And because I didn't trust anything, I didn't want to get sick. I was like, I just don't want to get fucking sick.
Yeah.
So that was put me in a even worse mood. Anyway, the next day I woke up, I found this cafe because I was messaging all the fitness people. They'd tell me where to go and stuff. Went to this cafe that sold shakes. And they did chicken rice and broccoli and all that sort of shit. But I was too scared to eat anything that's cooked in water. Because for those of you, the listeners that don't know, there's a thing called Bali Belly.
Yeah.
And I was so afraid of getting Bali Belly because it's fucking bad. So basically, essentially what it is, if you're from Australia or somewhere that's...
Any basically first world country.
Any first world country, your body's accustomed to fuck all that bacteria in your stuff.
Yeah.
And over there, obviously, they've got no regulations, so there's more bacteria and all their shit. So your body just can't adapt to it fast enough. So I think if you live there, you'd adapt.
Yeah, well, even the Balinesian people, they don't drink their water or anything like that. They buy bottled water.
Yeah.
Most restaurants cook with bottled water
and shit. So I've got so many funny stories this trip. But anyway, so I was terrified of getting Bali Belly. Like that was my main objective, to not get fucking Bali Belly. And even though like I got told that, and the restaurant owners and everything told us that they realised that no one else can handle their water, so now they use filtered water for everything if they have to, if it's not bottled, blah blah, because they realise like if someone gets sick, they're not going to come back to the restaurant, so we need the fucking money. And I still didn't trust him. No, I'm not fucking doing that. So my mate, who's one of my good close mates, he is also friends with my brother, sort of. It's a weird relationship. I don't know how they were friends, but anyway, he rocked up on the third day. And on the third day, we started doing shit, and I immediately started having fucking fun.
Yeah.
Like I had...
It was an immediate 180 full switch
up. An immediate full switch up. Like I went worst attitude, having the worst time, to immediately having the best fucking time. Like to the point where I was telling Jordy, fuck, I could live here, man. Like this is actually fucking sick.
He fully went from absolutely fucking hating the place to, hey man, I don't think I want to come back to Australia. I think I'm just ready to live here full time.
Full time. And I actually would. And I've spoke to a mate since then. He said... He thought the same thing. He's been heaps of times. He goes, but after a while, you realise it's kind of just a holiday destination. Like if you live there, you'd probably get over it.
Yeah.
But we're thinking about starting a business venture over there. Anyway, so what happened was my brother, right? So we stayed at a completely different place. Our place was fucking nice.
Yeah.
And it was pretty much all tourists.
Yeah.
And me and my mate had this idea. So we went to, I think it was like the third day in. It was the third afternoon. When my mate got there, we went to the wedding, and in the morning we had to have breakfast, and we rock up to this place. So where he stayed was a villa, and they put on everything. They put on the whole wedding was there.
Yep.
They put on all the food and everything. So in the morning there was like this thing they wanted to do, a breakfast with everybody that's involved in the wedding. So me and my mate Danny, we went there, and we walked in, and they put on this food. Keeping in mind, he's the same boat as me. We refused to eat anything. So I walked in there. I said to my brother, "I'm not fucking eating this," and he looked at me dead in the eye and goes, "No, trust me, it's good to go. Shane, this is good to go, mate. We've been eating this ever since we got here. These guys, everything's perfect. They know that we can't get sick, blah, blah. It's good to go."
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So, and then they specified that these noodles with this hot sauce is the fucking goat. Bee's knees. So me and mate sort of looked at each other and we're like, My mate's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not having the fucking noodles. And I was like, oh, Mega's fuck, he wouldn't lie. He's like a pretty smart dude. He wouldn't lie. Anyway. So I was into these noodles. I ate like fucking 3 kilos. Keep in mind, I haven't eaten anything other than protein shakes and Red Bull at this stage. So I smacked heaps of these noodles and everything in the morning. We left. And then on the way back, we got another protein shake and a Red Bull. And then that's all we were eating. Red Bulls and protein shakes for 5 days. That's all I ate. I got a message from my brother's soon-to-be wife saying they're all fucking sick. Like they're all crook as fuck. So then later that day was the wedding. We drove there on our scooters. By the way, there's no road rules over there. There's 0 road rules. You can do whatever the fuck you want. No helmet, no nothing. We just had scooters just fucking hooking. And I feel like it works better than road rules.
Because that's the thing. When people are held back on speed limits and everything like that, there's other people that are impatient. So if you have basically no road rules, you're not holding the people that want to get to some place quick.
Exactly right.
So there's less accidents. It's like in, I don't know if you know, have you ever done through Central Queensland?
Yes.
The highway that runs basically all from fucking South Australia all the way through to Northern Territory. It was open speed limit.
Yep.
When they knocked it down to 130 kilometres an hour, there's been more accidents and more deaths on that road than what there ever was with no speed limits.
There would be. Yeah, I just feel like people freak out more, then that's when it starts. You know, when people merge and they start wigging out because of the speed. Yeah. Over there, it made me realise how much more efficient it was. Like, there's zero fucking rules. People go slow, and all you do is go around the cunts. And you can, like, it's just, like, there's more people in a little area than there would be here.
Yeah.
But you can get places faster. And, like, there is traffic jam. There is fucking 100%. But you just go on the other side of the road, cruise up, pull in. Like, it's just so much fucking better.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we rode the scooters to my brother's reception that night, and it was fucking chaos. It was like walking into a war fucking zone. Like, we walk in, keep it in mind, we pulled in on the way there to get another protein shake and a Red Bull, 2 Red Bulls. We cruise in there, and all you hear and smell is the smell of vomit and people running. Like, as we walk in there, you see all the groomsmen got it. You see them sprinting by in the fucking bush and stuff. And we just looked at each other. We fucking one hand cracked open another Red Bull. And we fucking...
Because that was your key to not getting sick.
So, well, this is the moment we realised. So that's all we'd been eating and drinking because that's all we trusted. And then I didn't see my brother for the entire... Like, before the wedding, before everything, he was in the fucking room just passed me on, and they all were. And then I said to one of the bridal party, I said, what was it? What? And they said, it's the noodles, right? They said it was the fucking noodles. They all ate the noodles. That's all they all ate together, and they're all sick, so it was the noodles. Yeah. And I was thinking, fuck, I had more than all of them, right?
Yeah.
So that's when we realised, and I had it at the same time as them, so I should be sick. And that's when we cracked the fucking code. I beat Bali Belly. We know how to beat fucking Bali Belly. All you do is eat pure protein and Red Bull.
Yeah.
The acid in the Red Bull from nothing else being in your stomach, it's just so acidic that the barley bug gets in there and just fucking dies. We cracked the code, right? Which just was the worst decision ever because then we doubled the fuck down, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like we went from having a few Reddies a day. We were cracking fucking. We would have had one day. I would have had 12 bullies, 12 bullies and like 8 protein shakes, and we just felt like fucking shit the whole time. But we were like, you know what? We cracked the code, and then it became this thing. So I told my brother. Later on, I saw him, and by the way, the wedding was a fucking crack up. I hate weddings. That was the funniest wedding I've ever been to because I was sitting there just watching the entire fucking party, just sitting there sweaty, like dripping bullets, white as fucking the face. And they're like shaking their leg and shit because they're clearly holding in an ass piss. When my brother was reading out his vows, he was fucking struggling. Like he was, and what looked funny was it looked like he was struggling because he was nervous because he realised this is his big moment.
Yeah.
But it was not. It was the fact that he was trying to hold in shit in himself. And he's white as fuck in the face and like shaking his legs, like tapping like fuck while he's standing there, like purely trying to hold in the shit. Like if you didn't know and you looked at it, you're like, oh, this is a beautiful moment. Like he's realised now that this is his time. Yeah. But in reality, he can't just try not to fucking shit himself. and like all his grooms, but it was so funny, man. And then there was 2 of them that hadn't got sick yet. It was fucking funny as right. 2 of them, they're like, yeah, well, we beat it too. So you guys are just weak or whatever. And then later on, you see him just fucking sprint off. And again, I'm thinking, oh, they're still hitting him. Fucking, what do? We ordered, so everyone's drinking and eating the food. By the way, they come up to us offering us food, and me and Danny were like, listen, I don't want any of your fucking food, okay? And then even his wife was like, we paid so much money, like eat some of this food. And I said, fuck no. And she's like, why? And I literally just started pointing at everyone. I'm like, you think we want to end up like this? And
fuck that.
Yeah, so there's a bar there, an open bar. You could just go and order what you wanted. We just walked over and ordered more bullies. Every time we saw someone throw up, we'd get another bully. and we became this thing that we'd one hand, like it was like a dominance thing now because we're the only ones who weren't sick. We one hand cracked the bully and just fucking sipped it like fucking the king. And there was one guy that didn't get sick.
Yeah.
That night, so we left and we were all good. Left on the way home, pulled in, got another protein shake. One guy, he was drunk as fuck. And he was where they leave all the food. Apparently at the end of the night, he was up there. He's into it. He's like, I've got fucking iron belly. There's like cats and shit crawling around the table. He's just into this fucking food that's been sitting there all day with flies and shit. And he's ragging on everyone. And then the next day we went around there because it was like just a pool chill.
Yep.
He was fucked. Like he was the worst out of all of them. And we just rock up with our bullies. Like
it's always that one though.
It's always the one. So that's how you beat Bali Belly, guys. All you do is you drink Red Bull and you fucking
hit mass protein shakes. And we were adamant. We told fucking everybody. And even on the way home, like I was just still cracking bullies. I was like, I'm not getting this shit. Yeah. I had Bali Belly once when I was younger. We got Bali Belly and I was in the room for like fucking 3 days out of the 10 days we were there.
Yeah.
Just spewing up and ass piss the whole time. It's fucking gross, man.
Well, in between him reading his vows and doing all the wedding shit, they were running in there getting put on the drip. Like they were fucking bad, man. And me and Danny were just sitting there pissing ourselves. Oh, another one is, so I had to give a speech. I fucking suck at public speaking. I'm just shit at it.
Yeah.
I had nothing to say, nothing planned.
Yeah.
His missus asked me months and months in advance, hey, do you want to, like you're going to be the only one of the family going. My family couldn't go. So do you want to represent as a family and give a speech? And me, being me, I was like, yeah, fucking I'll give a speech. Didn't plan anything, rocked up. Yeah. I forgot about it. As they start hitting her in the mic, she looks at me and she's like, oh, you're next. I was like, what? The fuck? Keeping in mind, her family, they they all like do shit like that for a living. So they're just giving fucking stellar speeches. Right?
Yeah.
Then there's me sitting there just drinking my fucking bully, just thinking, fuck, I've had too much, I'm shaking. I'm having a fucking OD on caffeine here. And she goes, you're next. I said, what? And then she looked at me like, cunt, you're about to ruin my wedding, like your plan. And I was like, okay, no, yeah, I got it. So I gave this fucking shit ass speech, like just off the top of the fucking dome.
Yeah.
I gave him a red hot. I thought it was all right.
Yeah.
Manga's booing me.
Manga was booing you.
He said, take it off him. Anyway, so I was like, fuck this. So I stitched my mate up, Danny.
Yeah.
Because he was there. This is how they met. He was there the first night those two met. Okay. So I said, oi, you know it'd be a good story. Like, no one else was there. No one else knows the full story. You should tell the story about how they met. And he's like, I don't want to fucking story. I don't want to do this. And I told her, and she was drunk. And she was like, oh my God, that's such a good idea. I'm trying to stitch him up. Anyway, he stands up. And when I tell you, I did it so I didn't look like such a shit cunt because I had the worst speech there, right? Yeah. When I tell you he easily had the best speech, I've never seen a speech like it. I was thinking, fuck, what the fuck are you doing, dog?
This cunt just an immaculate public speaker.
He's just giving the best spell. He could have been at the Academy fucking Awards. And then he sat down and he's like, did that go the way you wanted, mate? I was like, fuck it, cunt. So I just continued to sip my bully. Anyway, turns out, and I'm still convinced the bully and protein shake diet is the key to not get Bali Belly.
Yeah.
I have been violently ill for a fucking week.
I don't know how I've dealt with you for the past week, man. You have been an emotional train wreck over the past week, man. I can't lie, bro. Like, fuck, please, like, Australian government, like, they're basically shutting down every sport these days, right? Yeah. Shutting down everything, okay? I promise you. I fucking promise you. If they were to turn around and be like, we're going to have to get rid of half the gyms in Australia, I'll go swan dive the Balco because I just know lit luck will kick in and it'll be all of your gyms that you've ever worked out at, and there will only be like CrossFit left. I'll just swan dive off the Balco because I'm not listening to you not be able to go to the fucking gym anymore, man. I've been sick. I've nearly had every fucking possible sickness you can get. I've never had anything like this. So I got back, and I don't even know if it was Bali, like it's something different. Because we got back on Sunday night. Monday went past, all good, went to the gym. Tuesday went past, went to the gym. I started feeling a bit shit Tuesday night. Fucking Wednesday. When I say, like, I have not stopped shitting. I think I vomited once. Vomited once at the very first night.
The very first day, and that was it. I had the shakes real bad, vomited, that was it. And I was like, oh, I don't feel too well. And then I could not stop shitting. Like, if I laid down, immediately up and shit. Immediately up and shit.
Like, we were watching a movie and Shane would have gone in the hour, okay? In the hour. Mind you, how long it takes him to be on the toilet during that time. Within the hour, he had to have at least gone to the toilet 5 fucking times.
Yeah. Like, I was not eating or drinking enough to keep up with what was coming out.
And for some reason, you just kept having the ability to go to the toilet, but yet you weren't eating anything. Yesterday was your first solid meal.
Yeah, first solid meal. And the thing is, I couldn't believe it so much to the point where I said, Jordy, come fucking look at this. I made him look at what was coming out of it. It was fucked up.
Fuck, you had me in the sink, man. I had my head in the sink, fucking dry reaching.
And here's the thing, like, nothing will stop me from training or eating. Yeah. It doesn't matter. If I'm fucking throwing up, I'll still eat. Make sure I get my nutrition. I'll still train. I could not move without shitting. Yeah. Like, for the whole week I was sidelined.
I genuinely believed that you had a stomach parasite.
So do
during the past week, because I have never seen anything clap you like that. Like,
fucking clap me.
Okay, don't get me wrong. Shane's a little bit of a sook when it comes.
I'm a pussy.
When it comes to getting a cold and
if I get the man flu, I'm a fucking pussy.
Yeah, but this was like violent. Like, it was fully violent towards you. Like, I was scared for you for a little bit because I was like, this cunt is going to die.
You know what? Something's very wrong if I'm not training.
Yeah.
Like, very wrong.
It was for a whole week.
A whole week. I had people come over give me drips. I had fucking phone consults with doctors. I had antibiotics. I was doing everything I could to shake this fucking thing, and nothing would work. I ate like 400 gastro stop pills. Yeah. To try.
And sort of the first solids that you ate was the potato bake that I made, and it was only like 2 fucking slices of potato that you had.
I had a little bit of potato. Honestly, from Tuesday night onwards, I was eating toast.
Yeah.
Going from 8,000 calories a day to eating toast, not training. So not only was like absolutely violently ill, it was mentally fucked. So gyms, I've said this all the time, gym's like my therapy.
Yeah.
Imagine cutting someone off that needs therapy every day, cuts it off cold turkey.
Yeah.
Every morning I wake up, look at my shitty ass physique, and I was like, ooh, what a waste of my fucking time.
Can we talk about manga?
Yeah.
Just fucking downright pissing you off.
Oh, yeah. Okay, guys, listen. So as a bodybuilder, you always think you're not big enough.
Yeah. See, this is the funny thing. You see all the skinny guys, and every single one of them think that they're massive.
Yeah.
It's this like weird reverse thing.
Yeah.
But then you go to Shane, and it goes for all of the really big cunts. They all think that they're fucking skinny.
Yeah.
So Shane's depressed
I'm
at the moment
depressed.
because
Full depressed.
he's lost quite a bit of weight. Like you would have lost good 4 or 5 kilos.
Good 4 kegs, yeah.
In the past week. And that takes a long time to build that muscle.
Well, the worst thing is I was just at a stage, I was at the level of bulk. So I was like 2 and a bit months into the bulk is where you just start feeling hell strong, heaps of energy. Because once you start a bulk, you're super fatigued and fucking feel lethargic because you're eating so much food. But now I'm at the stage where it's processing all the food, so I'm just using it as energy. And I was training hard as fuck. So I'd put on. So like when I went to Bali, I think I was just under 106 kilograms. That's the heaviest I've ever been. I was fucking big. And then just to immediately, boom, eat nothing. Not only, I lost a lot of glycogen in the muscle, so a lot of water. So when that happens, you lose that full look as well. So you're looking skinny as fuck. And I've just been hell depressed. Just the worst timing.
And unfortunately, Manga doesn't know when to make comments and when not to.
This is why we call him a bit acoustic.
Yeah. He's a little bit acoustic.
He's a little bit acoustic because he cannot read the room. Yeah. Normally, if that was one of us, you'd be like, hey, don't worry, man. It's just a week.
Yeah.
You know? All you gotta do is you've lost a lot of water weight. Next week you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Not Manga.
Manga's different, man.
I messaged him. He goes, how you going? I said, not good. And I told him, all week I've eaten toast, blah, blah, blah. I would have lost fucking 4 kilos. He goes, yeah, it sucks because you were looking big as fuck at the wedding, man. What a waste. And then he gives me the breakdown because I said, a lot of it would have been water weight. He gives me the scientific calculations of exactly how much gram of muscle you can lose a day if you're not adequately providing protein. Fuck off, man. I don't care. I don't need to know.
I had Shane Bass almost crying on the couch fucking from Manga's message, and all my fucking Manga's just breaking down scientific fucking mathematical equation on why he's lost more weight than what he thinks he has. I can't.
Yeah,
I'm dealing with this cunt that's on the brink of suicide right now. Can you stop fucking?
If I had the energy to slit my wrists, I would. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I've got another couple of good stories from fucking Bali. This pod's just about Bali, to be honest. So as I just described, we were fucking stressed about getting sick. We would not touch water, okay? We would not touch. That's why our source of fluid was the bullies.
Bulls.
One day we ventured out. My mate goes, "Fuck, do you reckon we should get some of these?" Because keep in mind, we're feeling like fucking trash. We're drinking Red Bulls. That's it. We feel like shit. He goes, "Should we get some of these?" And it's called extra hydrate orange, and it said all this stuff like coconut water, then all this electrolytes, all that shit that basically just wakes you up, keeps you hydrated, you're good to go. I was like, all right. I was like, should we though? Do we trust it? He's like, yeah, this is a reputable place, and it was. We're like, okay, let's get it. Right. We went and sat down and we're talking shit, and I was looking, and so they brought it out. I had a sip, and I was like, that doesn't taste like coconut water. And he's like, fuck, do you reckon? So then we panicked. We didn't drink anymore. We had a tiny sip. We didn't drink anymore. And then we're waiting for our meal to come out because we're getting chicken as well. And I looked up at the sink because you can see in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I looked up. I said, Danny, turn the fuck around now. And this cunt was making the fucking drink. The exact drink that we had, same bottle. Let me rewind a little bit. When they brought the bottles out, we thought they were going to be sealed.
Yeah.
And obviously they're not because they make them from scratch. So I was like, oh, that's when we started wigging out. Anyway, I said, turn the fuck around, Daddy. Looked around. This cunt has not only tap water is he using to put in this drink, it's out of the sink. So they've just filled the sink with his tap water, and he's got a fucking like a.
Surely not.
He's got like a bucket, like with a
Surely
with a
not.
nozzle, on it, and he's just doing this.
He's not.
He's pouring it in this bottle. That's not only the exact same, because there was a few different options. Not only this like one of those things that we're drinking, but the same flavor. It was the orange one. And fuck, bro, when I say we laughed for like 4 hours, we were losing. Like to the point where we looked up and the entire staff were looking at us laughing, like with us, trying to, because they're like, oh, what are these guys laughing at? We were just laughing about how hard we're trying not to get fucking Bali Belly. And this cunt is up there.
The one place you go to, they're using a fucking bucket.
They're using a bucket out of straight fucking tap water, you dogs. I couldn't fucking believe it.
I'd be fucking dirty as, man.
We're like if we were just at the point where we were so fucking manic because of what we're eating and how much we're trying not to get it, that we could not stop laughing. Like I'm sure any other day we would have just went up there and gone, are you fucking serious? But we were just fucking dying, dog. Like we left laughing. We didn't stop laughing for like 2 days. we went to the wedding. I was trying to tell Manga, and we couldn't get the story out. We're like, this cunt was using fucking bucket water, dog.
Bro's really actually just gone, taken a bucket out into the open rain, filled it up with rainwater, and just using it at the restaurant to save costs. You went to the gun range. I seen on your Instagram story, and we have obviously spoken about it, so I don't really want to act like I don't know.
Yeah.
But you went to the gun range. Tell everyone here you went at the gun range.
Yeah, I had so much fun. Well, we spent so much money. It was actually, you know what? It's actually more expensive there than it is here to go to a gun range.
Yeah.
But yeah, we spent so much money there. We got every gun they had, and like every round you can get times 10.
Yeah.
Like we got fucking everything. So my mate Danny, he's a veteran.
Yeah.
The bro's fucking unreal. And you know what was fucking crazy? Because I was in a different country, I didn't want to try and bend the rules too much. So just say, like for the sniper, they said, you got to sit down. I was like, no worries. I sat it down, shot it. Not this gun. He walks over there. He grabs the thing that's set up on the table, picks it up. They're like, oh, sorry, you got to sit down. He's like, the fuck? I've done 7 tours. I'm not sitting down with this gun. And then they're like, oh, you're not accurate. And he starts all directly in the middle. They're like, oh, okay. The funniest one ever that I saw that was there, when we were using the shotgun, old mate was standing pretty close to the back of fucking Danny. And then every time he'd fucking cock it and shoot this, you know, they're on springs, shoot the shells out the back. They were just hitting him directly in the face. And he wouldn't fucking move, man. I was sitting there.
I would have just been losing my shit watching it.
I think we got a photo of it, or a video, because I think I was recording. Yeah, there was a video. And even the chick behind him was like laughing, like the staff member. I was like, just fucking move. And he just would not. He's just sitting there copping these fucking shells directly to the head.
What the fuck?
But
was it a worker there? Or
it was a worker.
What the fuck?
It was a worker, but yeah, if you go to Bali, I recommend you go to. It was good. It was actually, so everything there was pretty dodgy. That was actually like probably better than the ones in Australia, I'd say. Like it was fucking decent.
Yeah.
But what happened was another thing that happened to us was the cops tried to extort us.
Oh man, this story cooks me up.
It's such a good story. So we already said, because we got told, everyone always says, oh, be careful of the cops, they try and get you money. We already said, look, the cops pull us up. What are they going to fucking do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are they going to do? So we rode about an hour away, because Manga's like, oh, can you take me to this bar? And all his mates were going to this bar, which was like 40 minutes in the opposite direction to where me and Danny were staying. But we were like, fuck it, it's his moment. Let's go do it for him. So I took him, I doubled him. Oh, by the way, this is another story on their own. He hadn't been on a scooter yet.
Who?
Manga.
Oh, really?
He jumped on the back of mine, and my mate took his missus. And I was just like, how you drive in Bali on a scooter? You got to be kind of a maniac to get around. I got stuck. And you know Manga.
Yeah.
Anything happens to Manga, he blows it way out of proportion, right? Yeah. So first of all, I was just going up, and because this fucking place is like peak traffic all the way, because this is where the most tourists go, is where the markets are. Yep. I was going up and down the gutter.
Is this in Kangoo?
Can't remember. I was going up and down the gutters and shit, and all that sort of shit. He's fucking going, wait, fucking relax. I'm like, no, we're gonna get there. And then as we're going on the footpath, another scooter like sort of pushed us out into a car. Didn't hit it. Manga's foot slightly grazed it. Fuck, we crashed. You crashed me into the car. And you just know he's telling all his mates as he's the bar. He fucking squashed me against a semi-truck. You know, he just blows everything out of proportion. Anyway, So I was like, fuck up. So we kept driving. And then we got to a stage where we got to a T intersection. And we're backed up for fucking ages, like hundreds of meters. I looked over onto the other side of the road. There's no one there besides a fucking truck, or like a van truck.
Yeah.
Ages away, like turning the intersection, coming this way. I was like, oh, we can make up heaps of time here. And there was a driveway on his side, on his left, so my right, right down the thing. And I knew if I punched it, it's going to be close. I might make the driveway up onto the curb and then be able to cut across. I didn't make it. This motherfucker hit the gas. Like, so I was on the other side, the wrong side of the road, obviously, and I just fucking booted it, just trying to make this driveway, and he just punched it. So he was in front of the driveway. So now it's like, everyone in Bali, they've got like thick curbs.
Yeah, it's big curbs.
Big curbs. So I missed the driveway. This cunt's got his phone out the window now recording. Obviously, they obviously would a lot take the piss out of fucking tourists. And I was like, fuck it. I race pro motocross. I can pop this cunt up. I popped the scooter up with Manga on the back, up on the gutter.
Yeah.
And then obviously it just G'd out on the fucking frame. And then I'm stuck on this cunt, right? Manga hops off, walks off, embarrassed as fuck. You know what Manga's like? I'm stuck on this gutter, just fucking holding the thing pinned. It's like smoking and shit. Old mate's got his phone and going, yeah, fuck it up. So I ended up popping it up. The scooter's fucked. Like that. After that, I didn't drive the same at all. And both the fucking mirrors are punched off and shit. Like it was a wild time. Anyway, drove past this chick. She's like, oh, be careful. And the Balinese like love Aussies.
Yeah.
They treated us like gods. So I'm doing all this dodgy shit. If that was in Australia, cunts would be going off.
That's the thing. They like the Australians. They don't really like Americans in UK.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They love Australians. They Americans.
Yeah, that's right.
They think
crazy.
that Americans are really pig-headed in comparison to...
Yeah, right. Well, they love... Like, I had not one bad interaction. Like, they loved us.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, like, that's what I mean. If you're doing that shit in Australia, you know, everyone's going to be going off, like, making sure, even though it's none of their business, they're going to be getting involved. This Balinese lady was sweeping a thing. She goes, oh, you be careful, because police down there. And, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And then we drove off and got him there. And then, of course, so we dropped them off. We wanted to immediately go home because we wanted to get a protein shake before they shut. So we said, right, let's just take off. Immediately started pissing down rain. And my mate's very aware of lit luck and shit. And he was like, fuck this, bro. And it's like stormy now. Like, out of nowhere, sunny, hot as fuck. Boom, clouds, lightning, everything. And then obviously the cars are banked up. So we've got to do all this dodgy shit in the rain.
I know too well about this fucking lightning.
So it's like cracking storm. We're drenched now. Cold. It went from being super hot to fucking free. Like we are fucking shivering. We get to this intersection and it's a fucking good spot where they set up because they saw us coming. So we're stuck at this intersection. Couldn't go anywhere. Both the footpaths are loaded with the bikes. Cars have got the road. Couldn't go anywhere. We were sitting on the side of the footpath waiting for the light to go green. And by the way, there's like 3 lights in fucking Bali. This was one of them.
Yeah.
We get to the front of the thing and these fucking cops come running out. Like they've got their little things set up, their little fucking office set up right on the corner. So it was a good spot to put them. They've pulled us in. And we're like, whatever. They've like said, follow us. So right down this fucking dodgy alley into their back office. Walked in there, almost pretty much said, right, where's your license? And I said, I don't have a lot. I'm a fucking Australian cunt. He goes, okay, helmet? And I was like, I don't have a helmet, obviously. Yeah. He goes, okay, 2 million rupee each, which is, I don't know, the equivalent of like...
What's that, $400 each? $400 fine.
Yeah, something like that.
$400, $500 fine.
Yep. And so I looked at them, and they're like just tiny little Balinesian people. Fucking not intimidating. And they were trying to be intimidating, which is what like set what my mood off. So I looked at him, I looked at both their waists, at their pockets and shit. I said to my mate, they're not armed. Like, they're not armed. I said, listen, I'm not paying you $2 million. No fucking chance. And he's like, and they're getting real angry now. And as soon as I said they're not armed, their immediate reaction, and it's interesting, I love watching people's reaction, how they try and handle shit. His immediate reaction was to, like, peacock and get really angry. He's like, we are police. And I said, I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm not paying you $2 million. You're not armed. What are you going to do? I can just walk away out of here right now. What are you going to do? And then my mate's like, I'm fucking 7-year veteran. I'll fucking kill you. And then so one of them, the main one, he was like, I don't know if this was his first go, but he was like panicking. He was like quivering and shit. Yeah. So now I knew.
So now you already know.
Now I know.
You're out of the equation.
You're out of the equation.
And now I've just got to deal with fucking you. And you're not going to do anything either.
You're not going to do anything either. But the one sitting down was a bigger one, and he was calm.
Yeah.
So obviously that's who my attention was directed. I was like, well, he might know something that we don't here.
Yeah.
So I said, look, we're not going to pay you $2 million. I can't remember what I paid him, like 200.
I think he said something. It was like
800.
Yeah.
It was 800,000, which is like fucking.
It's like $60.
$60 or something. And the only reason I paid it was because I was
130 or something.
I was drenched.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get fucking home.
Yeah.
But I said, listen, this is all I got. And they're like, it's not good enough. I said, okay, well, here you go. And hand to them. And then we just fucking, we just left. They did nothing.
Yeah.
So, but what I said to Jordy, when I got back, if you're, you know, people, teenagers and stuff go after schoolies and stuff, they go over to Bali and do a trip. Don't get scammed by the police because they would. And it would be intimidating for someone who hasn't been in any kind of situation. It would be.
100% because you're putting the stigma of police from here
over there. Then you start comparing like Chappelle Corby.
Yeah, and it's not the same.
It's not the same.
They're basically like, if you think about it, they're like individual contractors.
Yeah.
That work for the police.
Yeah.
They're all out to make $1.
They're all out to make $1.
So if they can put the highest price set at the start, they'll take their thing. That's why you just give them less than what they want.
Give them less than what they want. They're not going to do anything.
No, they're not.
Is what I gauge from it. If you're like a little kid, teenager, probably pay them something just in case. But they're not going to do anything. Don't be intimidated by them. That's my message. Because if we could have walked out there, they would have done fucking nothing. If they tried, we would have just fucking bashed them. Like my mate was keen. I went to hand him the little bit of money. And he's like, no. And I was like, no, fuck, I'm cold, bro. I want to go home. I don't want to fucking sit here and stomp these guys and go home. I don't want to do it. So then we went home. But you can see, bro, they would make a lot of money. And
yeah, for sure. They're rich.
They're rich. They'd make the most money everyone there. And the other thing is, you get offered drugs everywhere. I've never been offered so many drugs in my entire life.
What I'll do is I'll give them a quick message first of all.
Yeah.
If you get approached by someone in the street, if you're in Indonesia, and this mainly goes for the younger guys because I don't really give a fuck about the older ones, like you should know. Yeah, I should have a bit of streetwise about you. But you're in a foreign country, don't accept the drugs off people that are walking up to you in the street, in the middle of the road, or if you're not even near a shop or no nothing like that. Don't accept them because they're police planted.
Yeah.
They're military police planted. So they're actual police officers.
Yeah. And I spoke to Noel this morning. He was telling me they do the same thing in Thailand, but what they do is they'll offer you drugs, you take them, they'll go tell the police are just around the corner. They come, just say you pay fucking $50 for the drugs. Yeah. The police come and say, right, you're going to jail unless you pay us fucking $2,000. Yeah. You pay them the $2,000, they go back to the drug dealers, they all split. Yeah. And I think probably the military police will actually take you to jail.
Yeah, it's the military police. Military police are the only ones that actually have, I believe, the jurisdiction to actually put you in prison. Yeah. Because the police officers take you to the military police officers and then they deal with you afterwards.
And they're the ones with...
Yeah, they're the ones that are loyal to their government.
Yeah. I would have went down. I would have been dead. We would have went down with a fight and then got shot. Yeah. But... last story before we wrap this up. So we got offered, I don't know if it's the way we looked or if they just offer all Australians go there and just want to get on drugs, but we got offered drugs everywhere. I'm talking the fucking clothes shops, the restaurants, the fucking
you were saying like they would offer you clothes and you would be like, no, I don't want a fucking t-shirt. I don't want the t-shirts.
What about some Valium?
Like, Valium?
Xanax.
Yeah.
Their big one is ketamine. They all have so much fucking ketamine. Anyway, so I was always like, no, fuck that. I don't want to do it. I'm trying to have a fucking good time, blah, blah, blah. And then on the night before I went home, I wanted to sleep the whole plane trip. So I went and I was getting some shit clothes. And the next door was this chick's sister. And I really liked this chick. The only reason I went and bought clothes from her is because me and my mate were just fucking around looking for clothes and shit. And she had a bag that my mate got. And I said, oh, do you have another one like that? And she goes, no, I'll make you one tonight. So then we went back there and she's like nice as fuck. So I ended up spending heaps of money. Didn't want any of the shit. I think I threw half of it out at the airport, but just because she was such a nice lady. And right next to her store was her sister. And she's like, please bless me, please bless me. So I was like, oh, fuck, I don't really want anything. And then she's like, oh, what about, ketamine? I was like, no, what else? So she was like, shit. Anyway, I ended up taking some Xanax. I was like, oh, I'll buy some Xanax. And I nearly hit the Chappelle fucking Corby. So I said, right, I'll fucking. And my mate's like, don't take them to the airport because they're pretty strict here. I was like, yeah, I won't. Forgot about them, right? I said, no, I'll take them right before I get to the airport. I'll fucking take them. And then we're good. Like, what are they going to do? They're in my system. No, they're in the front pocket of my bag. And there's like, when you leave Bali, there's about 5 different checks.
Yeah.
So they obviously through the scanners, there's like 3 scanners to go through. And then one they personally look through it right before you get on the plane. That's when I realised, fuck, the fucking Zennies are in there. And I was thinking,
I don't know if they would give a fuck.
I don't know if
taking me out of the country.
Yeah, I don't know if they would. And
I think it's Australian Border Force that would have a problem.
Yeah, right. So as I was behind this lady, she got pulled aside because she had something in there. Yeah. I think it wasn't anything bad. I think it was just like something you shouldn't take into Australia. And I was thinking, that's when I realised, oh my god, I'm about to be in the fucking Chappelle's fucking seat here. Our mate checked it, did nothing, but I will say this. As soon as I got on the plane, I took these Xannies. I don't know what's in them, but they're way better than Australian anything. I took them just to sleep because I got ADHD. So it was 6-hour plane trip. It fucking cooked me. On the way there, I was manic. On the way home, I'm like, I can't do it. So I took them. I was like, boom, dead asleep. Immediately asleep for like 3 hours. Woke up fresh as fuck. Like I woke up completely, like
no groggy,
no nothing. I just woke up. Boom, and I'm ready to go. I was like, oh, fuck's sake, can I get some fucking chicken?
Yeah. That's actually one thing, though. Thailand, okay, because it's funny that you say, oh, like, what are they going to do? It's just in my fucking system. I don't have them on me anymore. Did you know possession is classed as if it's in your system in Thailand? So if they make you piss test and you got drugs in your system, they do you for possession of drugs. So if you have drugs in your system in Thailand and you get pulled up and they ask you to do a drug test, you're fucked.
You're fucked.
They're dead set possession. So think about how long drugs can stay in your system
for. Don't do weed over there. Fucking hell.
That cunt stays in like 6 months.
Don't come home if you do weed.
But I think that wraps up the pod.
That wraps up the pod.
It was basically just a review of Shane's holiday today.
Right.
And make sure you watch for next episode because we've got something very special for you next episode.
Yep. All right. I'll see you next.
Bye. Fuck you.